Are you ready for some alien shooting action? Well then, let's check out C, the Contra adventure released by Konami. This is both a 2D and 3D action platformer with some adventure elements thrown in. The action cannot wait, and this is going to be a longer review, so let's go ahead and get started. The main screen gives us the choices between starting a new game, the options, and basic training, all while a cool looking robot arm shows which one you're selecting. In the options we can change the difficulty and change the volume controls. More on difficulty later. Let's get started by choosing to play the tutorial. This is a good way to get familiar with the 3D controls and the button layouts. Use the directional pad to move, press the X button to jump, and the square button to shoot, making your way through the level, shooting all the alien heads that pop up. These enemy alien textures are not used anywhere else in the game. In fact, most of your normal opponents seem to be more human than alien. One of the main things this teaches you here is about switch buttons. You will have to find and destroy these in order to unlock doors and progress. You also get to fight a mini boss. Run around avoiding its projectiles and wait for their weak spot to slip out and attack it. I recommend using a grenade launcher. After beating the tutorial, we are asked to exit back and start a new campaign. So let's do that and enjoy the opening cutscene. Breaking down the video shows that an alien has landed and has made its way into a pyramid somewhere. We get a briefing telling us how they have begun attacking the capital and we must go there to defend it. This starts us up in a 2D-ish side-scrolling level. The enemies are endless and pop up on both sides of the screen. They keep appearing no matter how many of them you've killed. Keep making your way right while keeping an eye out for weapon crates. These become extremely useful during boss fights. There are upgrade carrying machines that also fly overhead. Shoot them to make them drop the upgrade. I really liked both the background graphics and how the camera would move now and then. We get to the first boss fight, a flying spaceship, and this is where the difficulty really starts to show. I had it on easy and still had a difficult time. That being said though, it's really not too bad. As the airship's health goes down to a certain point, it will switch how it attacks. Each attack has its own strategy to beat, and when you learn what the airship does, it's really not too bad. Beat the boss and then keep on moving right. Next we have to cross over lava while hanging from railing. While we meet the worst enemy. This guy knows what he's doing, and it seems no attack can reach him. Jump, shoot, and make your way to the end of the level to experience something amazing. We make our way onto a platform as a train goes under us, carrying 3 separate boss enemies. We jump onto the train and start our first fight. This enemy throws overhead bombs at us that we must dodge. It's not too bad if you keep moving side to side, but it still can be tricky. Beat him, then head right and it's time for the next boss. This thing can be tricky. You have to shoot it in a specific spot, and standing behind it will just insta-kill you. This is another boss where you want to learn its attacks, which is shoot it while it's low, hop on the platform to avoid the poison, watch out for the smack, and then stand under it and shoot up. After taking care of that enemy, we move right and fight my favorite boss on the train. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but we have to shoot it while hanging from a rail and avoiding its projectiles. This thing looks awesome though, and I was luckily able to destroy it with missiles before the projectiles could hit me. Did you think the fun was over? Not even close, as the next boss is the toughest yet. I found that staying to the left while constantly shooting and jumping was the best way to fight it. Watch out for the missiles and shoot the bombs back to damage it, because your bullets are useless against its armor. After enough bombs have hit it, we will be able to jump down and deal damage to the boss ourselves. Just watch out for the lasers it shoots now and again, and then it's stage complete. We get another briefing saying we have pushed the aliens back into a Mayan village, and there's something about a water fountain. Start up the level and now it's 3D. We get a good chance at practicing aiming up and down at the beginning, but one thing to keep in mind is that the enemies do respawn, something that I didn't notice right away. I spent some time checking out the level and killing enemies. The level does have a really cool Mayan theme. Make your way through the stage, destroy the giant laser that's in your way on the bridge, and make your way over said bridge to make a jump that's more difficult than it looks, right towards an enemy tank that's just waiting for you to make it. We make our way down through some shallow water and finally find the fountain. Somehow the aliens were able to transform into a giant water snake, and I am just as confused as you are. Use the oldest trick in the video game book. Keep running left or right while constantly shooting, and he can never hit you. Just keep an eye out for when it decides to do a ground attack and time your jumps accordingly. Destroy the water snake and keep making your way through the level. Pretty soon you will reach the next boss fight. These are two towers or statues that jump around and cause ground damage. You will have to time your jumps with theirs, and it may be better to just stay away from them. Damaging them is tough, but luckily there is a weapon upgrade nearby that deals a lot of damage to them. Beat them, and that's the end of the stage. Our next briefing tells us to keep fighting as we make our way towards the main infestation. Start the stage and you will find that we are now in overhead 2D perspective, which I really enjoyed. There's not too much special with this stage though. Make your way through the jungle path and fight some cool looking new aliens. I especially like the one that shoots fire as it turns around in circles. There are also a couple of places you have to jump. Keep going through the stage and you will find the first boss fight. This is a 3-headed laser shooting cube that has a goblin thing that jumps between the heads. The first stage is just destroying all 3 lasers, something easier said than done because of the constant enemy bombardment. Then the cube transforms into a killer-eyed monster. Somehow it is able to shoot lasers from its eyeballs that cause huge explosions, and standing still for even 3 seconds could get you killed. After this is the third stage to the boss, where it jumps around after you. This is also not too difficult if you keep moving around. Beat this boss and then it's back to the level. Continue a little ways on to find our next boss fight. This thing looks awesome. It has 3 skulls that pop out for a few seconds, giving you only a chance to shoot them now and then, while they constantly throw enemies and projectiles your way. One thing I thought was kinda cool is that it looks like this machine has a mouth with bloody teeth. This boss isn't too difficult, just focus on one of the side heads and destroy it first. Then you will be able to work on the others while having a safe place. After beating this boss, it's stage complete. Our next briefing tells us to continue towards the pyramid while destroying the aliens. We start our next stage in overhead view again, but this time the stage is a lot more enjoyable. You have to try to stay up top and not fall down into the enemies below, which normally don't mess with you while you're up top. Make your way through the stage and reach a point where the camera goes from overhead to third person. I found this really cool. Make your way through the level and find the pyramid. This place has a button on all 4 sides of the map to destroy. After blowing up the last one, we can fall down into the pyramid. Here we have a number of small boss fights, the first being against eyeballs. These are pretty easy, but the caterpillar next isn't. You have to shoot this thing on the tail. Keep doing damage to destroy sections of it until it's finally defeated. Next are floating aliens. These look pretty cool, but they were really easy to destroy. After defeating the last one, it's level complete and we get another cutscene and briefing. Apparently that was the last transmission from the investigators. This next level is your typical stage. Make your way through narrow passages until you get to some of the worst platforming you've probably ever seen. We have to jump across blocks that appear to get past lava, kinda like Mega Man. Keep making your way through the stage and you'll find a boss battle. This is a weird one. It starts off as literally half a boss. After doing enough damage, it makes another half and becomes one whole. But all in all, this thing's not too difficult. Defeat it and make your way on through the stage. Finally, you will get to this boss fight. You have to destroy what are basically its shoulders. After destroying both of them, its head starts flying around the stage and attacking you. When its health runs out, it will combine with its other parts to become one. This boss will chase you around breathing fire that you have to avoid while attacking when possible. When you finally defeat this boss, it's stage complete and we get an immediate briefing telling us congratulations and to try again on a harder difficulty. Now up to this point I have been playing on easy, mainly because I just wanted to see what the game was about without spending hours memorizing each stage. But I really wanted to find out what happens if you beat the game on the hardest difficulty. Do you get a good ending? So I used a cheat that made me invincible, where I couldn't get hurt, and I started a new game on the hardest difficulty. After playing the campaign again and getting to the same place I was, we get to continue the story. There's a new briefing saying that the aliens are deep underground. We then get dropped into a crazy difficult map. There are plants that block your path, and the button switches are located in horrible spots. I made my way through the stage, thankfully I had the cheat enabled, and finally made my way to the first boss fight. This alien boss is a giant eyeball. This enemy's attack seems to be shooting fire and causing huge explosions, but it only had one stage to fight. After this boss, we continue through the stage and run into a mini boss fight against caterpillar looking things. It's odd because we can't continue until after we defeat them. Make your way through the stage until you hit the next boss fight. This thing is really cool. You have to shoot its face, but it covers it with its hands. The only way to shoot it again is to destroy the things that it builds. Doing this will make it build the next enemy and cover its face again. I really enjoyed seeing all the things that it created and thought that this was one of the coolest boss fights in the game. After defeating it, then it's stage complete. We get a briefing saying we are going to be going so fast down the elevator we're going to be floating in air, and they are completely correct. We are in a box floating around with an enemy alien that we must destroy. The controls here feel really weird and it's hard to describe them. After shooting the first alien, you move to the next boss fight. Somehow it is able to stand on the elevator floor and walls. This one isn't too difficult, and after beating it, you get to fight 2 of the first boss monsters. I couldn't imagine trying to play this without the cheat enabled. It would be near impossible to get through this undamaged. After defeating both of them, the stage does something awesome. You turn to face outwards and have to fight an alien outside the elevator. I really enjoyed this part, and I wish that they used this more in game. Destroy it and it's mission complete. We get the next briefing saying that we are too deep to communicate. This is the worst stage yet. You keep moving towards the screen while having to fight endless enemies and obstacles. You keep running into these walls that have certain points you have to hit in order to destroy them. These were a nightmare to deal with, but there were also a few new things in this stage, like glass walls that you could break, and rolling logs that you had to jump across. This stage ends with a boss battle that has the same design. Shoot its weak spot enough times until you destroy it. Then it's stage complete and on to the last level. We get our last briefing telling us to locate the alien mother and destroy the nest. This takes us back to 2D platforming, where we must make our way towards the top of the stage. Just enemy turrets everywhere and lava pits that are difficult to jump across. In fact, even with the cheat on, falling into one of these pits made me lose health. We finally reach the first boss, where we defeat 2 walking alien robots before, boom, a giant alien breaks through the background. After defeating it, we make our way to the last boss battle. I really liked how the stage starts to get more creepy at this point. And finally we get to the last boss fight against the alien queen herself. And wow, this fight is underwhelming. It seemed to be about half as difficult as the others, but its health was insane. After you finally defeat it, behold the last cutscene. And that was the entire game of Contra the Adventure. This was a really strange and difficult game to me, although I really enjoyed playing it. The fact that so much of the game is locked off under a harder difficulty is insane. I feel like the biggest problem in the game is the endless enemies. I know it's Contra, but in the 3D stages there was no point in defeating everyone because they just kept respawning. It made you rush through the level, taking away from being able to enjoy the scenery and the locations. That being said though, I still had fun playing it, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you are a huge Contra fan. The game is just insanely difficult. You can also watch my playthrough by clicking on the top right video in the screen. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, as I put a ton of work into this. Please show support by hitting that thumbs up button, and I hope to see you in the next video.